We're gonna try to do a marathon in the mountains. I have this wild route planned out where we're gonna be off trail a bunch. We're gonna be on a couple different trails, and we should be summiting like 3 or 4 mountains. So it's gonna be pretty crazy. Just gonna wait for my watch to get some GPS, and then we are off to the races. Okay, there's our first mile. Feeling pretty good, but we have a lot to go. Cool bridge. We need to get right over there. I'm gonna need my hands for this one. Made it. Didn't even fall in. Nice. This trail is brutal. Just straight up. But it'll be nice to have all of our vert done with on a trail, because climbing vert without a trail is pretty rowdy. Okay, we are at 2,700 vert, which is pretty intense. The last 2 miles have been like 1,000 vert per mile, which is just hardcore. So our pace is slowing down a little bit. We're at 22-minute miles. I've been going for 1 hour 40 minutes, and we are 4.6 miles in. Muscles are feeling pretty good. Not too tired at all. I've been having a little bit of ankle pain, which is unfortunate, especially this early. Kind of feels like I just need to pop it or stretch it or something. So I'm gonna sit down here for a minute, see if I can get that figured out. I'm also gonna eat some snacks. Okay, made it to the lower lake. There she is. This is a mini one, and then right above that wall, right up there, is the big lake. And that is officially our, I think, 20 to 25% mark. But that is also the mark for where we don't have any more trail. So that's gonna be wild. Okay, we've made it to the lake. Almost exactly 6 miles from where I started, which isn't the official trailhead, so a little bit extra mileage. All this snow is pretty impressive. The lake is really pretty right now. A bunch of people fishing up here. It's 4th of July weekend, so pretty busy trail. But next up, we're gonna just wrap around the lake and then go up this ridge, and we'll stand on top of that guy right up there. And then we're just gonna follow that ridge, wrap around, and right here is where the trail ends. So it should be pretty fun. I'm debating jumping in. Looks pretty nice. I think I'm gonna go for it and jump on in, because I don't need to keep anything dry except for my backpack. I can jump in with that. So let's do it. That was definitely some cold water. I'm awake now. Holy cow. Whoa. So sweet. We are way up here. So that right there is McKnight, and that is where we're off to next. Just this ridge running. I have no idea. This might go slow. It might be like ridge, like knife blade walking. 500-foot cliff and slightly smaller cliff. It's pretty rowdy up here. I wish I could figure out how to film this better, but I need my hands. This is wild. Truly a knife's edge right there. Oh boy. Whew. That scrambling was rowdy. There were some pretty gnarly sections that I couldn't even get the GoPro out to show. Here we are. This is the summit of our first peak. This one I actually haven't summited before. This will be my first time, which is pretty sweet. This is McKnight. Not a very commonly summited mountain. I don't even know if there's a trail to it, but boy, is it a good view up here. So sick. So came from over there. That knife ridge took forever. I think it was about a mile long and it took me an hour. So we need to get some pace somewhere. Gotta speed her up. So next up, show you guys what we're doing. We're gonna loop down here, and then there's a saddle right here. I'm gonna climb up there to this ridge, and then we'll scurry along up onto this peak right here. And then once we get to that peak, there's a trail right on the other side of it with a lake. So might get to jump in another lake, which will be nice because it is getting hot. So pretty sweet. I'm stoked. Whew. Made on top of another saddle. So we came from the valley right next to this mountain. We were just standing on top of this guy. And then we skied, or shoe skied down all this. So I lost all that vert. I had to come all the way back up. So I had that was like 700 vert or something, just straight up. Oh, no trail for the past 2 or 3 miles. So it's definitely going a little slow. And no trail for the next 2 or 3 miles. But I do see our next objective. You guys might not be able to see it, but this right here, it's a mountain named Elephant Head, and that is our second mountain of the trip. And then actually we can see our third as well. From up here it looks more like a ridge, but that right there is called Livingston Peak or Mount Baldy, depending on where you live. And that is our third and final mountain of the trip. And then from there it's all downhill, which will be awesome. Oh, we haven't done a mileage update in a while. We are 10 miles in, so almost halfway. And then 5,700 vert, which is just intense. It's a lot of vert. Pretty crazy. Okay, we are down off the ridge, heading off towards the lake, which is right over here. And this lake actually has a trail connected to it, so we'll be able to follow a trail for a little bit at least, which will be nice. Man, down climbing this stuff is rowdy. Definitely feeling the vert. We're at 6,500 vert, 11 miles, and not moving super fast at the moment. But that's how it goes. Here's where we go. I'm gonna shoe ski down this snow and then traverse along over here, and then right over this ridge is the lake. So yeah, should be pretty good. And then if the lake is nice looking or clean, I'll probably jump in it because it's getting really hot. So yeah, I'm stoked for that. Whoa! Whoa! That was a little rowdy. This is definitely a tough one. By the end, this is probably going to be the hardest thing I've ever done. So I guess progress update. We are 11.6 miles in and 6,600 vert. I got trail from that lake to that mountain right there. So that'll be nice because I've been just scrambling for hours. This skiing is gonna be a little rowdy, but definitely been getting a feel for it and feel pretty comfortable at this point. But yeah, I'm tired. Made it. Oh my goodness. I'm so stoked to see that lake. The last couple hours have been pretty brutal, especially mentally. I'm sure anyone that's run long distance knows what it's like. But when you're not quite like mile 10 to 12, you're not even halfway, you're feeling it. Holy cow. That was rough. But we made it. We're at the lake. We're probably gonna jump in because it looks pretty clean. Morale is on the up right now. We have trail, we have a lake, It's a good time. Then go. I hate cold water, but it feels so good afterwards. Ugh, that was rough. There we go, back on the trail. So sweet. I think I mentioned earlier, but Elephant Head is kind of this weird mountain. There's like a ramp, and then there's 3 just cliff faces on each side. And I'm actually coming from the back side, which is a little unfortunate, but so I ran up it a couple weeks ago to check out, see if I could run up the backside, and it looks pretty good, but I mean, you can only see so much from the top. And now it's that one right there. Looking at it from the back looks pretty intimidating. So I don't know, we'll go see how it looks, see if it's possible. Okay, we are pretty much at the base of the cliff right there, and the crack is actually looking climbable. When I was up at top, I was able to check the top of the crack, and it looks really very doable. Now I'm at the bottom, and the bottom of the crack is, I mean, it's gonna be a little difficult, but very doable. So yeah, we're gonna give her an attempt. We got like some full out rock climbing stuff going on. Getting a little rowdy up there, so looking at this crack, looks a little bit easier. Right there, almost there. Holy cow. Made it. That was a little sketchy. Don't know for sure if I can down climb that. I'm gonna look around, see if there's any good ways to down climb. But we are on top. Well, 1 second. Okay, there we go. Summit of Elephant Head. Peak number 2 of the day. And from here on, we just gotta follow this ridge. Follow this ridge. And then the peak at the end marks the end, basically. I mean, it's all downhill from there, which is gonna be sweet. Wow. There's another view of Elephant Head. Climbed up right here. Pretty wild. Haven't updated in a while. I just put my head down and I have been grinding out the mileage. It is brutal up here. Making progress. Definitely don't have the best pace in the world, but this is my first marathon and I decided to do it with 10,000 burpees. So I can't blame myself too much. I'm crushing it. I'm very excited once we get on top of that mountain over there, which is about 1.5 miles and 1.75, somewhere in there. Once we get on top of that mountain, it is all downhill, 100% downhill. So that'll be really sweet. Okay, I guess I'll just let you guys know when I'm on top of that mountain, because the GoPro's about to die, so I need to save battery. Okay. There's the rock pile. We made it. Oh, I can hardly believe it. That ridge was the worst ridge I've ever walked. Had it all. Had down trees all along the ridge. The whole ridge is covered in these rocky spires. And that just was not working out fast. And then I was dealing with like super steep side hilling. It was rowdy. Oh. But the good news is I get to fill up my water bottle at the bottom of this hill, which is gonna be awesome. Also, it's all downhill from here. Can't believe it. So here, I'll show you guys. You might not even be able to see it very well. I'll try to zoom in. Started on this mountain is right where the lake is. And then we followed along back on this ridge, this was where the second lake was, like right in here. And then right here is where Elephant Head is. And then we followed this ridge all the way to me. 18.5 miles, 9,300 vert. I can't even believe 9,000 vert. Holy cow. I keep on feeling bad that my legs are wiped out, but 9,000 vert and 18-mile ride. Looks like we'll be on trail for sunset. Looks like we are finishing this one off in the dark. I don't have a ton of trail left. I have probably 2 to 3 miles of trail left. It's all downhill and we're flying. Pretty sweet. And then we got some road left to do. So, yeah, trucking along. Okay, can finally see the reflection of my car. We've made it. 26.6 miles, 9,500 vert. That is pretty wild. But, yeah. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. And if you want to follow along for more adventures, then I would appreciate you subscribing. I need to get home and eat some food and fall asleep. Peace.